about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Well, to no one's surprise, Coach, it is a snowy afternoon in upstate New York as you get a peek at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the New York Jets. 2 teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's go right here. Run. 56, Mike, 56. Switch. Hey, check.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line. In pregame, get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second down, it's Montgomery. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Check. Alert 3. Check 52. Box it. 49, check 49.
Now it's the former Texan. This is Alfred Blue. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Switch. Check. Fresh down.
They'll run on second down with Blue. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a first and 10 at their own 24. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. McCoy, 5th season with the Bills after those 6 in Philadelphia. And remember, he had 4 or 5 years as a 1,000-yard rusher, but then last season really dipped down, just about 500 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Of course, watch the age as well. He did turn 31 back in July. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen out left side here to Bryant. 7 yards there and a first down.
Let's go.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. To the air, Allen. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rodgers out left to Anderson. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets will extend their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Spinning away. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Allen's throw is complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Allen to throw once more. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Allen now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Quinnen Williams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Come on, QB, come on.
Allen now looks to throw. Open man is born. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Blue. Down to the 25. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
26.
Rodgers now to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
On second down now, it's McCoy. He's in trouble, and McCoy won't make it out of the end zone. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line.
Check 31, check 31. Wide, get wide. 26. Box it.
On first down, Rodgers. Crowder's got it over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But it'll be second and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 58, Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get it.
Throwing again. Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Bills take over first and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Mike 54. I got it. Undercrush.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Let's go. Hey, Whitey! Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the curl.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So after the INT, it's Allen. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy, and it's 3rd down.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Go. Check my 33. Check my 33. Now watch one.
Allen now throwing again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bryant. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And again, it's Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's checking. Check out read.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, Montgomery, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Pick it up.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen flush to his right. Out right to Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
11 more on that one and another 1st down. Allen now on 1st down. To the right and complete to Galladay. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Plant. Wise up. 56, we need you.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Hey, Charlie.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
54, right there.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, Brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go again. Here we go again. And 58 is the mic. Go 58. Challenge.
To throw is Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. McCoy's got the first down and more. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
First down and 10.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Allen hands off to McCoy. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
At the 20-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53, Mike 53.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Alert, alert, alert.
Check. Switch.
They'll go again to McCoy. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.